Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another exciting episode of Bants and Rants, your favorite podcast show. As usual, I am your host, Ginger. Today, we are talking about what you should do with your money in 2026. It's a new year. The money is flowing. What are we doing? Are we saving? Are we investing? Today, we're going to break it all down here on Bants and Rants. I'm going to let my panelists introduce themselves and then we can get the ball rolling. On my left,
Scanty.
Nice shirt.
Thank you very much.
And hat.
Nice outfits.
Oh, thank you.
Great. Peter.
Okay, Peter, you are a new face here, so I want you to tell us like what you do today. Peter is our financial expert. So, what are your credentials?
Sure. My name is Peter. I'm a CEO of a financial services company. We help young people save at least 6,000 Ghana cedis for financial emergencies.
Gosh,
Yeah. Wow.
I mean, bold proclamation. We'll see if we believe that.
Interesting.
Very impressive guest. I'm Jasmine.
Okay. Yes. So, as I said, we are talking about what we should do with our money in 2026. Scanty, what are you doing with your money in 2026?
I'm going to spend it.
You're going to spend it?
Yeah.
Do you save?
Oh, I save.
How?
Oh,
There are many ways. Bank, Susu box.
No. I save my money into assets. Like, maybe Toby be the tool.
Oh,
I don't
okay.
like to keep the money in the accounts because anything
I'll
can
come back
happen
to that.
at any time.
What about you? Do you save?
That's actually interesting.
Yeah.
I try to
You
save.
try- same.
Yeah, but this year I want to travel. So,
Oh, okay.
yeah.
So no savings. So this kind of travel.
I'll save, but then what I'm doing with my money, saving, traveling.
Okay.
Wow.
What about you? What are you doing with your money?
My financial literacy is very low. So I spend when I get money, I spend.
Hey.
So this is the panel for me to change. Yeah.
To learn, yeah. So you don't save?
No.
Okay.
Zero,
Me, I
like,
try.
Yeah, I'm trying. I'll start.
Interesting.
Yeah.
I like the Susu box way. Me, I'm traditional like that. I do the bank. I do Momo as well. Momo has savings. But I like a good Susu, especially if you are like gearing towards something. Maybe you want to buy a new phone or something. You get a Susu box, you break it. Piggy bank. Yeah. That's
like
my
in
own.
2026.
Oh, yeah.
Box. Okay.
What you think is a cake?
Just interesting for me.
Oh, yes.
You think it's a cake?
Yes, it is. It's
How?
also, I think it is.
What's wrong with the
Yeah.
box?
It's a cake. There's nothing
It's a
wrong.
cake.
Yes, it's not disrespectful or anything, but it's
Oh
a
yeah,
cake.
no,
It's
I don't take
old-fashioned.
offense.
What about
It's
inflation?
just the same as tying money
Inflation.
Yeah.
So
But
there's
if
Susu
you're saving-
box.
Yeah, if you're saving something, there's inflation. It's taking a bit of.
Yeah,
the value.
say if you are saving, let's say if you want to buy a new phone, right? It's 20K. You're not putting 20K exactly in the box. At least 25K.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Still a cake anyway.
20
But,
CDs.
Well,
Susu box.
I mean, we'll get into
There are
that.
a lot of
but
options that we can look at.
Like what?
The bank.
Okay, I do
Yeah.
that too. I said bank, I said Momo, and
Yeah.
Susu box.
Oh, Zubo, yeah, come on, dog.
Oh, okay.
Now,
Do you-
box need right?
That be
Well, we'll come to that.
very
no.
interesting.
Me, I live alone. Box name could be.
Okay.
Do you think saving money in Ghana is realistic or is just motivational talk?
Oh, it's realistic.
Very realistic.
There are people that have saved. Let me not go far. Our mothers, they have saved to pay our fees. Like we know parents that save money for their kids' school fees, travel. People saving to pay for flight for their children to go outside.
So you
and
think
all
it's possible?
Oh, it's
given,
highly
like
possible.
the current.
that. Yes.
Yeah.
You
Okay.
see, the system that we find ourselves in, it will favor you, it might not favor someone. But when it comes to saving is neutral. Respective of what you are earning, you can still save because when we put someone in your situation, people take 1,000, the transportation is 700, and they still manage to save. How they do it, I can't sit here and tell. The last time we were having an argument here, they said someone sold Kwadwo to take care of his 6 children in school. I know it's not true. For that one, I know
Okay.
it's not true. But how the person managed to save that amount of money?
Oh, you
I
think it's
can't
not
tell.
true?
Key
Key
holder
holder.
to take 6 children to university.
No, maybe it's a wholesale. Key holder wholesale.
How
You wouldn't
how many
know.
people buy key holder? You
It
buy
can be
one in a
Everybody has a
lifetime. No.
key holder.
You see those guys
You
on
see
the
what?
streets.
Everybody
hawking-
owns one, so everybody will buy
Eh.
one. Key holder, yes.
Yeah, those guys on the
possible.
streets.
But how many times should you buy key holder?
Oh,
That's
It's just
true.
something
You
that
see-
you even go out to search
yeah.
for.
You
buy.
see, KSS, maybe your mesh, you want to give out key
Yeah.
holders and other stuff to people. You go buy it bulk from someone, customize
The
it.
funerals
So
and
that's
all
someone's
that too.
business.
But okay,
Yes.
Oh well, that's
Right.
Yeah.
So you think, so do you think saving in Ghana
Yeah,
is
very
realistic?
Yes, very, very realistic. perhaps young people, we don't actually think we can do it. But if you put the right systems in place, or if you just forget about the amount and just try, even if it's 50 pesos, 1 cedi, susu box, like you say, anything, just try. I think with time, you'd see that little drops of water makes a mighty ocean.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But the reason why I asked that is because, especially like on Twitter, people say that in Ghana, you save money for a rainy day, tomorrow is raining. So but what do you like? Yeah.
Let the rain beat me.
Yes, I think it's better. At least you tried, and then the rain came and you had something little.
Yeah, but
what about if you had nothing at all? So I think
okay. So it's like, so the thing is, then now it becomes like you're saving towards the rainy day,
which is something people should consciously do. There's a concept of an emergency fund, and that is what people should actually.
Yeah, I get
with.
that too. But where I'm coming from is like, right now, for instance, you are saving towards traveling, right? You might be saving towards traveling, then something will happen. That's what people mean by
come back.
So so it's like it's not possible to kind of save towards what you want to do. What do you think that's like a real thing? And also, what's the solution for that?
Exactly. So let me start with structure. So first, before you even save or invest, you should save for a rainy day. Simply because you don't want to be saving to travel, saving for a phone, saving for a gift for your mom.
When you don't have the rainy day.
Exactly. Great. And you don't have emergency savings. So before you even invest, save or anything, build an emergency fund. It could be 500 cedis, it could be 1,000 cedis, but build one that is realistic for your circumstance, for your spending habits. Yeah.
Okay. So I want us to be as realistic as possible, right? Let's take, for instance, Kanti, what is your, okay, obviously you can't say, but let's just say like, what's your monthly earnings, like averagely?
Like 10 billion.
Scanty.
Averagely, if I put everything together, we should be looking like 10,000.
10K a month.
10,000.
Okay. So I want you know what? Let's just take the 10K.
That is realistic. I know they lie.
Scanty, I'm not saying you're lying. No. The reason why I hesitated is because I feel like that is not the reality
Okay,
for
then
a lot
let's
of
do
people.
2K.
No, but I want to do yours first. Then we'll get back to that. So with Scanty's monthly 10K, how much should he be saving? How should that saving look like? Because you're saying that you should save some for rainy day, and then you should also have some for like miscellaneous, right?
Yes.
Mind you, this same
but I
10K.
think what do you mean 10K in a year? It will be too easy for him to break it down.
Yeah.
Let's use
Okay,
Jasmine.
so let's
use
I didn't
Jasmine.
ask me on
What if
any
you-
10K.
No,
but
she's
I'll
a
be the
student
baseline,
and then
so
like
I'll
a
have
parent.
the-
Yeah,
take care
okay.
of her.
So I was gonna get to so averagely, right? Even if you Google it, it says so it depends, right? Some people are earning I think it's 424. So Ghana's earning average salary. It depends on your education, the sector that you are in, and all of that. So it's in some people earn 400 and I think 24, and then the rest of them are earning from 2K to 5K.
500 a month.
Let's just assume the average is
let's do average 2K.
Let's just say 3K.
3K,
yeah,
It's
2K.
actually research back.
2K.
So most young professionals,
It's
the
3K.
average salary is 2,900
He said it's research
backed.
backed.
So
I'm not
if
experts,
if
no.
you search,
So let's do 3K.
yes, most salaried young professionals,
Okay.
the average is like
Because
2,900.
So what's
let's
the
just-
breakdown?
Let's just
So let's say 3K.
Yeah.
Now let's do the breakdown.
well, I can say save a certain percentage because I don't know your
No, but
living
I want-
circumstances, right?
but I want to see it.
Rule of thumb, you should look at trying to save 20% of your income, right? Rule of thumb. But more important than saving a certain percentage of your income is what you are saving towards, for what purpose, right? So I would say save for a rainy day first. Then when you are done with that, save towards a SMART goal. By SMART goal, I mean I am saving 10,000 Ghana cedis by December to go to Dubai.
Okay.
So 10,000, very specific amount to go to Dubai, very specific purpose.
Okay.
Exactly. So with that, you know that, okay,
So how are we doing this with the 3K?
perfect. So that's what I'm coming.
Okay,
towards.
sorry.
So I
Don't win
have
Dubai.
11 months. I have 11 months to save 10K. So saving at around 900 cedis per month will get me there. So how can I structure my spending such that I have 900 left from my 3,000 net earnings to be able to achieve my December 10K
Yeah.
goal of going to Dubai. Perfect. So set a smart goal. Based on that, you reflect on your circumstances to see whether that goal is achievable or not. If it isn't achievable or realistic for your circumstance, you can extend it. But before anything, build an emergency fund or save for a rainy day. So for Scanty, you say you earn 10K.
No,
but
I want
how
us to do the 3K.
Okay, so for 3K.
Yeah.
For 3K.
Retro, can you?
I'll say average. You hold on. So for the 3K,
Yeah.
so now so how are we doing that?
So for 3K, advice starting with an emergency fund, we'll need to look at how much of that is spent. So let's just assume the average person spends 2K of
Out
that
of the 3K.
So for 2K, the rule of thumb is to save about 3 months of what you spend for emergencies. That's a good sized emergency fund. So you're looking at saving 6,000 cedis for an emergency fund.
Okay.
So what this means is before you think of buying stocks, cryptocurrency, buying
You have
a
to have
land
that
or anything,
6K
you need
there.
to have that line somewhere
So this
to
is
kill.
before your Dubai thing is even
Exactly.
coming. Okay.
Exactly.
Okay.
Yes, because I don't want to start saving towards Dubai. Then
Whilst
they
you
call
don't
me
have a
that my
rainy
mom
fund.
is at the hospital,
But-
700 cities. Then I go take out from my Dubai money.
How, is it possible?
People are doing it.
Say savings here
Right.
with types.
Yeah.
We will
Yes.
save one. Oh.
Sure. So that's the thing. You shouldn't just put your money in Momo or the bank account. You should separate it. You shouldn't pool all your money in one
Okay.
place. So what you spend on a daily basis, leave it in your Momo or your bank account.
Okay.
But what you have for your short-term plans or long-term plans, you either save or invest towards it. But on this question you're asking, you earn 3K. Let's assume you spend 2K. Try to set aside even 2K to 6K for financial emergencies if you hit that target.
So how?
But I want to know, with the current climate of the economy,
The economic
I'm a
climate,
student
yeah.
myself. Giving
Everything is
do you think it
expensive.
yes. Do you think it is possible to be? I don't want to even use the word comfortable, but is it possible to have enough to save based on what you've noticed within the economy? Because it's like everything is very expensive nowadays.
I have a place in Accra, but I stay in Sunyani
Okay.
simply because I work mostly remotely. And even if I'm in Accra and I'm at home, I spend around 5K every month. But if I'm in Sunyani, I spend around 2K, 2,500 every
Okay.
month. My location is saving me a lot. Can you do that? So these are some of the things to
So you
But
need
we
to
can't
factor
realistically
in.
move.
No, what he's trying to
again.
say is you need to
Yeah.
factor in what you can do to enable you to save.
Yes.
Do you understand? So it can be the little things, maybe less buying of outside food. He is saying that for him, it's his location.
Yeah.
So for you, you have to identify ways you can minimize your spending so that you can.
But you see,
Save
with the
more.
location
Yes,
thing that you are
we
talking
can-
about, my location also determine the amount of money I
I'm
earn.
paying, yeah.
If Accra is paying me 5K, Sunyani will give me 2K. For roughly
Yeah,
the same
that's-
job.
yeah,
A reception in a hotel here and a reception in a hotel in Tamale.
It's not the same.
The price, because of the environment and the cost of living, you can earn like 2K in Tamale, and maybe when you come to Accra, you earn 5K. So the location can help you, but in terms of the job market, you still find yourself.
Yeah. So
around
that
the
was
same
just
price.
one example. But then there are jobs that nurses, teachers, averagely the same.
The
right?
same, yeah.
But then the example I gave was based on lifestyle. So think of cooking at home. Think of
Yeah.
how can I stop taking Uber so much and actually set a smart goal in 3 years
Hey,
I can
stop.
buy a car. You can limit your
Nti
Uber.
truck kakra, Uber kakra.
I mean,
On Uber.
you want to save.
You're a
You
financial expert, right?
yeah.
If I earn 5,000 a month,
Okay.
let's say if I give you 5,000 a month, how many years do you think you can save roughly to get a car? If you earn 5,000 a
Yeah.
month,
Very good question.
how
Several-
many years use your standard as an
Sure,
expert for an
sure.
example? How many years do you think we can make a car?
So to get a car, let's say 100K for a good
Yeah.
sedan, so 100K, I would think maybe 7 years.
That's a lot.
Oh no, let me
But that's a lot.
let me just,
The job self
Ah,
The job self
no, let me. That's not even possible.
that's 7 years.
So, but let me
That's
tell you-
100K.
Yeah.
So that's not even possible.
Okay.
Right? 7 years, because 5K is my earnings, not my disposable
Yeah,
income.
yeah.
That's what I earn. So I'll spend, maybe I have 2K left to save. After a year, that's about, I think 24K.
Yeah.
Right? So after 5 years, I get 100K plus. right? So yeah, I can actually even do it in 5 years if I'm able to save 2K, or even 4 years, 5 months. But to be able to reduce this, I need to invest in something that
Yeah,
we'll
get to the investment side.
I wouldn't save towards a car, but rather invest towards it. And maybe I'll explain why later.
Okay.
Yeah.
So for beginners, right? First of all, do you invest? You said you did say that instead of saving you. So what ways? How do you do that?
Probably
Your
if I have like 100,000 in my account, I'll use that to buy a land. In 2 years' time, I'll sell it and then get like land's always appreciated.
Is that what you're doing now? Or hypothetical? Because I want to know. What something you are doing right now. Maybe see me yes box. What do you do right now?
What in terms of investment?
Yes.
Right now, I'm not investing in anything.
Okay.
Right now, I'm not investing in anything. Yeah, that is what as at now I'm not, because right now if I get the money, I have something I'm using the money for.
Yeah.
I'm buying gadgets with the money. So now I'm not investing in anything that I'll say, okay, this and this, that's what I'm doing.
I think I have a comment on that. So let's assume you say earn 10K. That is enough for you not to have an excuse not to invest, right? You shouldn't have an excuse not to invest. If you're able to earn 10K and your reason is you buy gadgets, why not look for people you can save to own what you want? So for example, you need a camera, 6 months duration to get a camera.
But he needs it now.
You continue.
Yes. Let's say assuming 6 months duration to get a camera. So instead of going to buy that camera for like, let's say 15K out of pocket, you have 6 months to purchase that camera. So I'm a seller of a camera. I agree. You pay me every month, let's say 2K.
Like an installment.
You get, so because you're making installments towards the thing, you wouldn't want to take a loan because that will add some additional margins or interest on that. So you want them to maybe guarantee the price for you, take the money from you when you're done, then you go pick it up. So with just these little tweaks, you see that you are allowing yourself to have more disposable income, and that can let you start investing.
But do you think that installment thing is very realistic here?
It's something we are piloting.
It's recently that mobile phone thing started. Paying installment.
It's something we are piloting.
Even those who started at first, they are now running away because.
But I feel like even the installment sometimes it can be a cheat. Sometimes the price that they are taking from you.
Yeah, because you are paying in installments. In five months' time, the price of that car would
anyway,
increase.
that's true.
Yeah, so we've realized that problem, and it's something we are piloting. We'll guarantee the price for you. If you come see 10K today, we'll guarantee it for you. The
that by the
duration
time
we
it's
give you,
10K.
by the time you're done saving, it's still 10K.
Oh.
So yeah, so later I'll show people how they can access that. Yeah.
You have a question?
Yes, you see this conversation of installment, this is for the individual. Let's say business owners. Why would they benefit from even selling things on installment?
That's beautiful. That's beautiful. So I would say you need cash flow. As a business, you need cash flow, right? So
they'll be giving you money
the
every
benefits,
month.
exactly. The benefits of the installments is that there's no loan risk. There's no risk of default. You're not giving the item to me for me to pay you over time, where I can run away with the item and then you've lost. But I'm keeping the item, right? So I can track how you're making your payments, and I know that, okay, this girl has 1 more month to finish paying. When I buy this thing, it typically takes me 4 months to sell it, and she wants to pay me within 5 months to receive it. So why not take that challenge to be getting more access to income, to stock more things, and then when your item is you're almost done saving, then they can stock it a week or two ahead of time. So the moment you're done, you can come for your item, because they know they're in the business, right? So they know how long it takes to clear their inventory and restock and all that. So it benefits them, more cash at hand, less risk of loans and people defaulting and all. Yeah.
Kansi was saying that he prefers to buy gadgets and everything. Why do you think that a lot of people throw around the word investment?
I was about to say, as a beginner, even my question is, as a beginner investor, because neither of us invest. What are you starting with? Because there's stocks, treasury bills, business, crypto. There's so many things. So what ideally would be the best way for a beginner investor to invest? Yeah.
So the best question to ask first is, how patient can I be?
Okay.
Once you know how patient you can be, then we can know what you can start with. So if you can put money aside for 5 years, right, then invest it, like no doubt, right? If you can only put money aside for 3 months and then you are rushing to spend it, then it's best to save it, right? So now that if you determine your patience level, then we come to risk. How much risk can you take on, right? Are you risk averse? Is your risk tolerance high and all that?
Yeah.
So once we determine that, then we can say, okay, maybe certain stocks of companies are good for you. Maybe government bonds are good for you. This is how I would systemize it. I just graduated, had my first job. I'm being paid 3K. I managed to spend 2K. Then I have 1K left. First, I would try to save 3,000 cedis for an emergency fund, right? So if within 3 months, because I have 1K left, I'm able to save 3K for an emergency. And mind you, as you're saving, maybe emergencies might come and then you touch that, but just try to save it within 4 or 5 months. Once I'm done, I'll look at my immediate needs. So do I actually need to change my phone? Do I need a new appliance because I maybe need to move from home and all that? If I have that, then I'll try to structure. Can I get a place to save, to own these items? If yes, I would focus on that. A place where I can go. I need a fridge, I need a TV, I need a microwave, right? Total, maybe 15K. Great. Guarantee the price. Give me 6 months to pay. Then I'm depositing towards that. So with that, I have a little more extra income left that I can now start saving towards a long-term goal, right? So let's say my long-term goal is within 2-3 years, I want to buy a land, right? So with that, how much do I need for the land? Maybe 50K, right? For maybe a half plot somewhere.
Okay.
Buying Amasaman.
So I think basically what you're trying to say is there's a lot of planning that you need to do. You need to think about it, because my next question was even, do you think investing in Ghana is risky, or maybe people are just uninformed? They don't know how to do it, because we've had we've seen this guy, what was his name? White Gold or men's gold. We've seen a lot of things. So people are very skeptical about even insurance fraud, right? I had a conversation as I don't know, for lack of a better way, the locals are usually swindled of their insurance. Like they pay it, but when they
It's
get
time
sick or
to
something,
recoup, then
there's
it becomes
no
a problem.
So people are skeptical about insurance. Ghana, apart from car insurance, people don't want to do any
Even
other.
the car one safe.
Yeah. So do you think it's
That's why
like?
people like Susu box.
Do you think is because of like lack of education, or is actually a risky thing here?
No, it's lack of education. Yes, because if you don't know better, you start investing in a Ponzi scheme, right? And I think people are now woke about it, but they're just greedy. They say it just came, so I want to get in early and get out. Right? That's what I honestly think about Ponzi schemes. But most schemes, Ponzi schemes and all that, is people are affected by it simply because they are ignorant. Most people. But investing is not too risky.
Sorry, but with things like men's gold, I don't think it's lack of
ignorance.
I don't think it's ignorance, because there were a lot of school. Like I know people who whatever, who actually invested in that. So I don't know if I should say maybe they are not well informed, or they are not doing enough research, and they are just, like you're saying, it has come quick, so they are putting their money inside.
But it's not just men. There are people that come and then they disappear.
So I think it's the same thing. So far as you are not well informed, you are ignorant about something, right? So it's best to educate yourself, because if the Bank of Ghana rates or interest caps are around, let's say 25%, and someone comes and they are offering you 40%. That's crazy. So what are they doing with the money to offer you 40% returns, right? So once you can ask those questions, get good answers. Are they regulated? Do they have the licensing from, if it's investment, Securities and Exchange Commission, do they have a license from there, or a partnership that allows them to do that legally? Are they regulated by the Bank of Ghana? If they are holding money and all those stuff. Right. So once you can get some of these questions answered, and sometimes even the Securities and Exchange Commission releases
a list
of people to say, hey, these schemes are not good for you. These are not licenses and all that. But people don't read enough, or just read and ignoring, I want to get in and cash out early. right? So yeah.
But this thing of not being informed, it's not very accessible. So as a student, I have money. Where am I going to get this information? How do I know what to invest in? Like, it's a lot of technical knowledge. What is the most accessible place to get this information?
ChatGPT.
Yeah. So that's why people like us to exist, because sometimes when you hear people talking of financial literacy, usually the older people and young people can't relate. Right. So some of us have taken it upon ourselves to learn about this, to build companies or services around this. So to date, I've actually educated over 500k people in person and all that around financial literacy and all. And we have several thousands of people using our mobile app to build their emergency funds and ultimately start saving. Right. So TikTok would offer you kind of like things.
TikTok.
Yeah, I also release stuff on TikTok.
Okay.
Yeah, so TikTok will offer you a lot of things, but some of them
Actually,
are usually some of them sometimes are just trendy or hype or basically. So you need to take your time and follow one person consistently to see if their messaging is consistent. So you need to be discerning.
And is it Ghana specific? This because a lot of the times the investment things I'm exposed to, it's America. They're telling you about. Do we have that in Ghana?
That's perfect. I, for one, I'm here. So,
okay.
Yes, I'm here. Okay. There are a good number of people releasing YouTube videos and all that in Ghana, just that we are not many. So it might not just be on your feed.
Okay.
But I'm sure from today.
Definitely.
So I have a question, right? As a young person, because we are focusing on like young professionals, right? The problem I specifically have is stretching my money. So one thing I did last year was I found myself taking any job available to me because I was trying to maximize the amount of money I earn, because there's a problem with stretching your money, right? So let's just say this average 3K. This same 3K, I have to do my hair. This same 3K, I need like the utilities. I need my prepaid, my toiletry is finished, my this, my that. That same 3K. So it's like, how do I stretch that money and then have some for investment and have some for savings? Because like, I don't know if I should say soft life is killing my ability to like do that. So I want to know how I can stretch it in a way that I can have some to save and invest.
Yeah, I think I touched on it when I said certain things are there, certain big purchases are there that you need to plan towards, right? You don't need to just buy it up front. You need to save.
You can't save towards hair, eh?
Oh, people actually
buy one hair.
Actually, people actually do. There's this person that I recently found out. She said she makes wigs at home. I was surprised. Like, she makes wigs at home. And she's like, people pay her when the money is up. Then she makes the wigs for them and all. I said how much is like 1,500, 2K, 3K and all that.
What about,
right, so,
I want to go out to eat. I can't save towards like, from here, I want to go to Pomona. I can't save 6 months.
No, those are not big purchases.
No, but it is.
No, those are not. It's a night out. So you are here eyeing a girl you want to take out and all. You're planning towards
the money that goes into it is
it's
just
big money. Plus, it's not
thousands cities.
Yeah,
now,
I was literally
700,
about to say.
800.
Plus,
that's what I'm saying. So from the moment you start talking to the lady you want to take out,
it's not about talking to
planning the money.
No, but the thing is, I want us
budgets.
I want us to be as realistic as possible, right? This one is not about a day too. I'm talking about, I like to eat out. From here, I want to have lunch.
Eat out.
That wouldn't help you.
Yeah.
Yes. So if you like,
that wouldn't help you.
Yes.
Then before you can actually
like
invest to
eat
become rich, you have to live a poor man's life.
Yeah.
No, eating at home isn't the poor man's life.
It kind of is though.
No.
I think these things are luxuries, though. Like eating out, they are luxuries.
Exactly.
They are not the average. Yeah, going to restaurants. So get like
there's
lower kinky or something. But going to,
what I want
is what I'm getting.
It's what I'm getting.
That's a luxury.
I can't prepare pizza in the house.
Month.
I can't prepare pizza, so I'll go outside buy pizza.
No, but that's still a luxury. Like that means your taste
pizza is a luxury.
I mean, yes, if you're buying depends. And like if you're buying beyond like the average thing, like you can buy kinky and you're going for pizza in Ghana, it's a luxury. It really is.
Maybe we are far removed. I don't know if
possibly
I would say pizza.
No,
because
it depends on everyone's level and what's a luxury to them. But what would be a luxury to you?
It's not a luxury.
Will not be.
But then if
like, to be frank, if you want to maximize the little you have, eating at home is one of the best ways, no doubt.
Do you know I find that expensive cooking in the house?
Oh no, as compared to
even
buying out.
personally,
Yeah.
cooking
No.
at home when I'm in Accra and all that, I still spend more than when I'm outside Accra because
Because
of
you're shopping at
delivery fees. You can order something.
You
maybe
order the
somewhere.
cooking things
Or
from
sometimes
delivery.
Knock.
Sometimes, or even
That
if
is
you,
luxury, do you know?
Thank
of course,
you.
That is
but
luxury.
compare that to picking the car from here to the market, you know, or even driving
you
from
pick
here to the
Trotro, it will be
market,
cheap.
traffic and all
No,
that.
with that one you can bargain.
Yeah.
To a very good price.
Or
That's
you
how-
pick Trotro.
Well, I don't remember the last time I saw someone.
But you start
bargaining
here and
with
say
them.
we should stop picking Uber. We should reduce Uber.
Uber,
But we won't for Uber.
Uber intake
No.
has a vitamin C.
I think that's when we are. When, the thing is, there is a standard in Ghana.
Okay.
And part of that standard is the average person cannot be eating out as often. It is a luxury, and it's
Who is
not
the
just
average
Ghana.
person?
Yes, it's not just
Definitely.
Ghana.
Who is
Even
an average
America.
person?
Yeah. Who
Oh,
is
an
the
average. We all know what an average person.
No,
Yeah, I don't know.
No, to you, who is an average person?
Average person, let's say the 3K person. Who is
It's an
earning-
average
Yes, by
person.
his research. Yes, you can't be ordering out every day. You can't be buying KFC every day. You can't be buying you
It
can't.
won't work,
It's a luxury, and it's not
honestly.
just Ghana.
How much
Because
is a
even
box
yeah,
of
it's
pizza, man?
expensive.
You know, I don't know because I don't remember the last time I bought it. Right.
It is.
Cooking in the house.
Cooking in the house
Trust
is
me,
less expensive than
if-
eating out. If
if-
you are ordering
if-
all the
if-
time, it's definitely a
If
luxury.
you wouldn't take anything
That means
from
if you earn
this,
10K, you cannot live the life that you want.
how much
on
do you
that
spend
so
on
it's a
food a
standard.
month?
Yeah.
I've not calculated.
So that is also one of the problems, like
Yeah.
not budgeting, not tracking your finances. So you
You
don't
need to
know
be done
how.
with corn at any
Like I
time.
like things. Do you understand?
So then
I
your
want
YOLO.
taste is expensive.
YOLO.
Yes.
Your
YOLO.
taste.
YOLO,
only
do you
live
understand?
once.
And the thing
Kebab.
is, apart
Kebab,
from
300
YOLO, right? I like things. Like it's shiny,
If I don't
it's
eat
nice.
it now, when?
Yeah, not that cry. Like
Me,
even,
that's it for me.
See.
apart from food, cry. Like
In-
new shoes.
Yeah.
In 2019, Amasaman, they were selling lands like 30K.
Yeah.
Now the same land 300K.
Yeah.
That's just like 5, 6, maybe 7 years or
Yeah.
whatever. Trust me, if you don't stop eating at home and start saving towards that land,
Yeah.
you want to buy 100K. By the time you are ready to buy it, the land will be maybe 400K.
But do you know the truth with the 30K in 2019? As at that time, that 30K be big money.
Like
Yeah,
It's a very huge
Yeah,
money
it's
because
now that
I
you can
remember
say that.
years ago, right, when my mom would buy this small Uber bag, it was like 10,000. That woman 18,000, acquired
Yeah.
20,000. At that time, even to get that 20,000,
it's
now that
something.
same car is selling for 80,000. So even in the 20, you see now, the land that Amasama is selling for 300K.
Yes.
give us a
It's
few
very
years.
expensive.
Yes.
In 5 years' time, 300K will become a normal amount of money that will sit and say, "Oh, I
Yeah,
wish
but
I
yeah.
bought it at that time." But pizza there, no, pizza.
Pizza there, pizza.
Yeah, so I get you. I get where you're coming from. And it's the same way, like you said, 5 years to come, you sit back and feel like that money was normal. So why
Yeah.
not try to normalize this amount now so that come 5 years' time, you are actually that asset owner.
Let's do
Right.
this. I'm a youth, right? I want to buy land now. Land is selling average is like 150,000. Let's say 100,000. Before I save to get that 100,000, then the price of that land has increased.
Great. So you target where
Above.
no, you target where perhaps the land is 50K now
Hey.
and development.
Do you know those places?
Of course,
Your
Apollonia.
home
See, the time land at Amasama was 30K, and Apollonia it was around 15K.
far from town.
But then now that is where these buggers are buying.
If
That
you
is
are
where
able
the
to buy
expansion is
land
going
there,
towards.
if you're able to buy land there to build, then it means that you have to get a car. Because if I work at ministries and I buy land
Please,
at
please,
Amasama,
owning a property doesn't mean you need to stay in it. That's one of the mistakes
Okay.
I made growing up.
okay,
It's like an
Building a
investment.
house for myself early when I could have just built a house to rent out. Right.
they rent the expensive one in Accra.
No,
is that
you are-
it?
listen, you build a house, you are renting it out for, let's say, 2,500 a month because it's not in the center. And when you are saying it's 5K a month and it's a 2-bedroom,
Bedroom, yeah.
4-unit apartment, right? The money from 2 of those is paying your rent and you're still gaining extra income from the other 2,
Yeah.
right? So if you're buying a land in Apollonia, you can save, buy, save, build, but it doesn't mean you should go stay there. You can use it to generate income to buy a land where you want to stay that you feel like you don't need to buy a car and all. So you don't always have to treat it like it's for you. I can treat it as something that can make money again
Apollonia.
for you.
Can't see what we
Yeah.
can. How can.
Apollonia. Hey,
Yeah, trust me.
See how they are associated.
But let's stop eating too much outside.
Yeah, so that we can save.
Of
Apart
course.
from eating outside, what's the other thing that you think we should do so that we can save?
Maybe like
Apart
me,
from
use
eating.
me.
Let's say a young lady, right? Apart from eating
Me and
outside.
Kasa, me, Ginger.
You just told me
Makeup.
You are not
What do you mean
aware.
makeup?
Me bobo.
You just told me.
Facts though.
You just
Facts.
told me you're not aware for something like a 3K makeup. They're actually people that you have an event coming. You know you need a new wig in 2 months or 3 months time. You can start saving towards that wig from today. So you don't have to wait when it's time. Then you go check your account
And then let
and
me
you see
start saving
10K.
towards TGMA.
Great. So you see 10K in your account and you feel like, okay, I can afford this week, but you actually can't. Because when you sit down and think of your goals, aside the week, you perhaps want to go to somewhere, Dubai or something, right? Aside that, maybe a loved one's birthday is coming that you're kind of like thinking, let me do something.
So you need
for
to
them.
prioritize.
You need to
budgets. Those are the
separate
things,
exactly.
yeah.
So if you have
Val's
an app,
Day and
great. So if you have an
friends'
app, you
birthday
can
and things.
create several goals towards, right? So wake, Dubai travels, loved ones gift, whatever, right? Then
Then
that
you be saving
10K, you
towards
put
it.
it there. Even if
Okay.
someone comes to ask you for 100K and you open the app, you know that you don't have money of your own, right?
Okay.
With
Yeah.
me, saving is a problem for me because I feel
Real.
like when I save things are increasing, it's not enough. I want to invest. Now, I want a very practical solution. I have my phone. I want to invest. What should I do? Like what should I invest in? And what do I do? Is there like an app that I can go and register on to like invest maybe in my 100 CDs or something?
Scanty said sell,
Sell
your
your
food.
The way you are saying we should limit food outside, right?
Yeah.
What about using an expensive phone?
You're
No,
concerned
but
about
that's-
the food. I mean, what I haven't since 2018 to 2015, I changed my phone every year.
Are you
But-
rich?
That's a question.
Are you an average Ghanaian?
Yes,
No.
I'm an average.
You're changing your phone
Ghanaian.
every year?
Yes,
Oh, no,
I
I don't-
used to change my phone every
Every
year.
year.
But from 2024 to now, what I'm still using, which was even a gift from, yes, I'm still using it, right?
Okay.
I see no point in upgrading it now because
But we won't say, yeah,
Right.
you know.
Juma-
But
Money.
do you,
Exactly.
DJ
So
Scott, you
if-
guys are
if-
not average. Oh.
Hey, sister.
Yes, you're not the average Ghanaian.
Don't let my helper make me average, oh.
Yes,
I'm an
you are not the average
Ghanaian.
Ghanaian. A lot of what you do is not accessible to the average Ghanaian.
Like what?
Who is an average Ghanaian?
No. I
Please.
think what we do, no, it's not accessible. Like what?
Eating out every time is not an average Ghanaian thing. Changing your phone every year is not an average Ghanaian thing. Even
Picking Uber.
yeah, it's not average. Like
Honestly.
and if you think about it,
Baby,
there-
I'm a control tronco.
And I was
You
see, the
where are you going?
because
Excited state.
there's so much to Ghana that the average person does not have access to a lot of things. So I don't think you guys are average. So I think we
See,
need to define what average
There's
means.
something I realized. A lot of people rush into relationships, right?
Wow.
Because they
Tell
haven't,
us more.
because they haven't saved more. You're with somebody, either a lady or a guy that can sustain your lifestyle, and then they leave you. You cannot maintain that lifestyle.
find another
and
one.
Within a month or two, you're finding another one. But if you had enough saved up, you will relax 6 years, 1 year to actually find someone you love before you move on. So there's a lot that comes with not planning. Yes. So when
It
you are
can
in
affect every
a place
aspect.
of access and whatever it is, you are able to earn an income, have disposable income, try and save, try and limit your lifestyle inflation, limit that and try to maximize your savings.
Yeah.
Then
Investments,
invest.
yes.
So when you are done saving, right? And like I said, anything in under a year, you can save towards something like a high yield savings. By that, I mean anything that pays you about 5%, right? So the banks usually pay you 1 to 3%. So a high yield savings will pay you above 6, 7, 8, 9, 10% and all that, right? Anything more than a year, let's say 2 to 3 years, you invest in things like indexes, mutual fund, ETFs, simply.
Let's take mutual funds for example. I'm a student. What do I do? How do I invest in mutual funds? Is there an office I go to that please I want to invest in mutual funds?
Okay. So like I said, I'm a CEO of a financial services company. We have a mobile app called Fundit, PHUNDIT. So once you download that, you can create an account, start putting money as little as 10 CDs, and that money is placed in a mutual fund called Fixed Income Alpha Plus. It's a money market, simply meaning it contains treasury bills and government bonds, right? So last year it returned 16%. 2 years ago it returned 19%. So you can use that as a gauge
And
to
what's
know
the
how
risk?
much you could.
What's the
you could
risk
earn.
involved? Like, am I losing more than I'm gaining? Like, I want to know, will I lose money?
I mean, inflation currently is around 8%. And if you put your money somewhere, you can get 16%, meaning you are not only hedged against inflation, but you're outpacing inflation, right? So the buying power of the 100 cedis you would have saved after inflation, you need 8 cedis more to buy the same thing. But if you put your money in an app like Funded, after a year, you would have 16 cedis more.
Okay.
You know, so
So wait, just I think this one day, you guys have to like meet and then, but so for the regular Joe, right? There's a lot of words, so many things going on. Before we end, for our viewers watching, what is like the one thing that you would say that even if you don't pick anything from this episode, this is the one money rule that you should apply to your your life this year, and it will help.
So
I want your number one top tip, like.
great. So I'll say do 3 things.
Okay.
First, create SMART goals. Create goals that are very specific, that you can measure, and that are achievable and realistic for your situation. So I want to save 10,000 Ghana cedis by December for a land in perhaps Wa. That is your reality, right? So that is very specific. 2, find an app that you can create this goal and start saving towards, right? And then automate it. So link your Momo, set that every day, take 5 cedis or take 10 cedis from my Momo. And because of that, you simply set it and forget it, right? So create a SMART goal, automate your deposits, find a good app that can help you segregate your goals and track things. And then I would recommend downloading Funded, because it helps you start with the most important goal. And that is an emergency fund. That is like foundational, right? If you don't have an emergency fund, don't bother buying cryptocurrency, because you might sell it at the wrong time. Don't bother buying tech stocks, because you might sell them at the wrong time
to save yourself.
Exactly.
Okay, that's great. Thank you so much. Scanty, any financial advice for our audience?
Means I can't give, because maybe what I would give, the advice that I would give, it will be based on my current situation, and then maybe someone is
just say it.
Oh no, it might not be of very good help.
I see. But what have you taken from this conversation?
That's what I'm
investment, right?
Okay.
Like the Apollonia thing you talk about. Media, I've realized that land's finishing our. So you have to get it far away. And maybe if I'm buying land, I'm hoping to build on it and live there. But with the idea that you can buy, build, the buying be 1, building be 2, renting be 3. And because right now, they say they call them Abri Hills. You can stand there and see someone. We can just, you see, the places, you see the 50K land that you mentioned, the places now can, Obi Antiho. So even you can't even rent it to someone.
After a while, first do or refer no be anti ho.
Okay.
See, I'll be to ho.
All right, cool.
One of my mentors, he's called Sangu Dele, very popular. Like, you know, he's up there. He said they were one of the early settlers in East Legon, and it was a
even
forest.
East Legon, yes.
You know, and now it's
I hear that
don't know
too.
what
Yeah,
to call it. So yeah.
Let's see what Apollonia has for us.
And it might not always be for you. You can also think of the unborn.
your future. You know, little scanties.
Yeah. With me, I think that the advice I would give is that a lot of people assume that investments, buying stocks, and it's for rich people. A lot of us don't realize that we can start now. Even as students, we can just get up and actually go
Something
and buy
small.
shares and stocks and all these things. So I think that's going. What I've gotten from this is like saving is very important. So I think I'm going to start, even how small my school stuff might be. Yeah.
For me, obviously, I'm gonna get that up first of all, the Pundits up, and try and see, and then I'm gonna. For my ladies, for my soft life girlies, okay, let's come together this year. Let's put some things aside, okay? Let's stop the wigs, the eating out, the makeup, you know, sometimes simple. And then my boss said simple, yeah. Let's, you know, invest in KSS. And thank you so much, Peter, for coming and for giving us all this information. We are very grateful. I hope the audience has also learned something from it. And so, yeah.
Thanks for having
app
me.
need your download you. I've worked with.
Oh, you have?
Yeah, I've worked with them
Okay.
before. Yes,
So-
download you.
Okay. So,
Know how
yeah.
to strategize your funds. Very important.
Ladies and gentlemen, let us know in the comment section what you're going to do with your money in 2026. Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, Bants and Rants, so that you can have all your favorite videos at one place. And also, don't forget to invest. We are out.